Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Dear Mathematics, and also welcome to the chapter of determinants. In the previous video we have already discussed about till the number 9 of exercise 5a. That means in this particular session we are going to discuss about the number 10, number 11, then onwards of the exercise 5a. So here it is the first bit of number 10 and we have to factorize it. So replacing column 1 as column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3, we have x plus a plus b plus c, x plus a plus b plus c, x plus a plus b plus c. That means all of the three elements of the first column are in the form of x plus a plus b plus c. Why? Assuming this condition or replacing column 1 as the sum of c1, c2 and c3. The unchanged column are here v x plus c a, and then the third one is c a x plus b. Taking x plus a plus b plus c as common from c1, we have here we are getting just taking x plus b plus c, x plus a plus b plus c as a common from the column number 1. We are getting 1, 1 and 1. And then the unchanged column are here again b x plus c a and then c a x plus b. Then again we have to put some of the substitutions here. Row 2 is replaced by row 2 minus row 1 and row 3 is replaced by row 3 minus row 2. Row 2 is replaced by row 2 minus row 1 and row 3 is replaced by row 3 minus row 2. And assuming these conditions or putting these conditions here in this problem, we have x plus a plus b plus c multiplied with the row 1 is unchanged here. Row 2 and row 3 are replaced, means row 1 is unchanged, 1 b c. Then by replacing the row 2 by a given condition, we have 1 minus 1 0, then x plus c minus b, then a minus c, and then again it is 1 minus 1 0, then it is a minus x minus c, then x plus b minus a. After this step, it is very easy to evaluate the determinant or value of the determinant of this determinant. You can see that the first column contains maximum number of zeros, that means there are 2 zeros. So expanding this determinant along the first column, we are getting x plus c minus b, a minus c, a minus x minus c, x plus b minus a, minus 0 plus 0. Then from here you have to solve it. From here just simplify and find out the answer, of this problem, because from here it is very easy to find out or calculate the answer here, just multiplying the rest of the 2 elements, and then you can find out the answer. Then proceeding towards to the next problem. This is the second bit of number 10, replacing c1 as c1 minus c2, then c2 as c2 minus c3, and by putting these conditions here we are getting a minus b, then subtracting we are getting b minus a, and here it is a square minus b square. Again by subtracting we are getting b minus c, then it is c minus b, and this is b square minus c square. The unchanged column is the third column, c a plus b c square. Then taking a minus b as common from the first column and b minus c as common from the second column. So let us write down, taking a minus b as common from c1 and b minus c as common from C2 we have, let us take common a minus b and b minus c. Then we are getting here it is 1, this is minus 1, this is a plus b. Again here it is also 1, minus 1, and here it is also b plus c. Then c, a plus b and c square. Then subtracting or replacing the column 1 as c1 minus c2 we have a minus b, b minus c. Okay, let us put this substitution here. 1 minus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1, it is minus 1 plus 1, 0. This is a minus c, and the unchanged two columns are here. 1 minus 1, b plus c, then again c, a plus b, c square. Then we have to take common c minus a. Then we have to take common c minus a. Taking c minus a as common from column 1. Okay, let us take common c minus a. So what we are getting here, a minus b, b minus c and c minus a, which has been taken common from the column 1. So we are getting the rest of the determinant is here 0, 0. Taking c minus a common from a minus c, we are getting minus 1. Then 1, minus 1, b plus c. Again this is c, a plus b, and this is c square. Then you can see that the column 1 contains maximum number of zeros. There are 2 zeros. So you have to expand this determinant along the first column. So expanding the determinant along the first column, we are getting minus, it is 0. Then this is minus 0. Then this is plus minus 1 multiplied with minus 1 multiplied with 1, c minus 1, a plus b. Then from here it is a minus b, b minus c, and this is c minus a multiplied with minus 1 multiplied with this is a plus b minus minus c, that means plus c. Okay, so let us take this minus 1 as common towards the left hand side. Minus a minus b, b minus c, c minus a, and then this is a plus b plus c. And this is your final answer for the problem number 2 or bit number 2 of the number 10. So here it is the third bit of number 10. So again by replacing the column 1 with column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3, we are getting x plus 5, x plus 5 and x plus 5 in the first column. Then the unchanged columns are here 2x plus 1, 4, 3, 3x. Taking x plus 5 as common from C1, x plus 5 taking common from the first column, it is 1, 1, 1. Then it is 2x plus 1, 4, 3, 3x. Then again we have to replace the row 2 as row 2 minus row 1 and row 3. Here you can also write down replacing. You can write down replacing row 2 as row 2 minus row 1 and row 3 as row 3 minus row 2. Then we are getting, you can see that the first row is unchanged here. We have not replaced the first row. So just write down 1, 2, 3. Then it is 1 minus 1, 0. X plus 1 minus 2, it is x minus 1. Then 3 minus 3, it is 0. Then 1 minus 1, 0. Then 4 minus x minus 1. That means it is 3 minus x. Then it is x minus 3. Then taking x minus 1 as common from row 2 and x minus 3 as common from row 3. we have x plus 5 multiplied with taking x minus 1 common from the row 2, then taking x minus 3 as common from the row 3, then the determinant is in the form of 1, 2, 3, it is 0, 1, okay, this is 0, then this is 0, minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 1. Then just we have to simplify this to find out the answer of this problem. X plus 5 multiplied with x minus 1 multiplied with x minus 3, 1 multiplied with 1, 0, minus 1, 1, then the rest of the terms are minus 0, plus 0. You can also skip them. X plus 5 multiplied with x minus 1, x minus 3, and this is 1 minus 0, that means it is 1. So x plus 5 multiplied with x minus 1 multiplied with x minus 3, this is your final answer for the third bit of number 10. So we have completed number 10, then proceeding towards to the number 11. So here is the number 11, and here we have to show that by eliminating alpha and beta from the equations ai alpha plus bi beta plus ci is equal to 0, where the values of I is equal to 1, 2 and 3. We have to show that the determinant of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 and a3, b3, c3 is equal to 0. So let us go through the solution first. Given that ai alpha plus bi beta plus ci is equal to 0, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3. So by putting the values of I in the equation number 1, suppose consider this is the equation number 1. So we are getting, okay, you can also write down without putting this equation 1. So we have a1 alpha plus b1 beta plus c1 is equal to 0. Let us take it as equation number 1. Then again by putting I is equal to 2 here, we are getting a2 alpha plus b2 beta plus c2 is equal to 0. Then consider this as equation number 2. Then again a3 alpha plus b3 beta, then c3 is equal to 0, and consider it as equation number 3. Then solving the equation number 2 and 3. Solving the equation 2 and equation 3 by cross multiplication method, we have x divided, okay, this is alpha. So alpha divided by b2 minus c3, b2 c3 minus c2 b3 minus c2 b3, then beta divided by, it is c2 a3 minus a2 c3, then it is 1 divided by a2 b3 minus b2 a3. Then here we can find out the values of alpha here. Alpha is equal to, by considering the first and the third term, alpha is equal to b2 c3 minus c2 b3 whole divided by a2 b3 minus b2 a3, and beta is equal to c2 a3 minus a2 c3 whole divided by a2 b3 minus b2 a3. So here it is the value of alpha and this is the value of beta. Then we have to put this value of alpha and value of beta in equation number 1. So by putting the values of alpha and beta in equation 1, we have, so let us put these values here in the equation number 1. A1 multiplied with alpha, that means b2 c3 minus c2 b3 divided by a2 b3 minus b2 a3, then it is plus b1 multiplied with beta, that means c2 a3 minus a2 c3 whole divided by a2 b3 minus b2 a3 plus c1 is equal to 0. Then taking the LCM, we can have, okay, solving this step, we can have A1 multiplied with B2C3 minus C2B3 plus B1 multiplied with C2A3 minus A2C3. Okay, let us take the common LCM, A2B3 minus B2A3. Then C1 multiplied with A2B3 minus B2A3. It is equal to 0. Considering the LCM as A2B3 minus B2A3, A2B3 minus B2A3, we can have A1 multiplied with B2C3 minus C2B3 plus B1 multiplied with C2A3 minus A2C3 plus C1 multiplied with A2B3 minus B2A3. And then multiplying this denominator towards the right hand side part, we can have A1 multiplied with B2C3 minus C2B3 plus B1 multiplied with C2A3 minus A2C3 plus C1 multiplied with A2B3 minus B2A3 is equal to 0. Now from here, from this step or this equation, we can put it into the form of a determinant. So here it will be A1 multiplied with B2C2, then it is B3C3 plus B1 multiplied with C2A2, then it is C3A3, then plus C1 multiplied with, this is A2B2, then it is A3B3. Okay, this is not in the general form of the expansion of the general form of the determinant. So let us put it into the form of B3C3 minus, taking a negative sign here common, we have to put it into the form of expansion of the general form of a determinant. So it is A2, C2, A3, C3. Then it is C1 multiplied with a determinant of A2, B2, A3, B3 is equal to 0. Now from here you can see that we can put it into the form of the determinant as A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, then A3, B3, C3. You can also compare this determinant with its expansion. We have expanded this along the row 1 plus A1 minus B1 plus C1. So you can also compare them. A1 multiplied with the determinant of a B2, C2, B3, C3. Here it is. Then minus B1 multiplied with A2, C2, A3, C3. Here it is. Then plus C1 multiplied with A2, B2, A3, B3. So here it is. So this is the right hand side part of the problem number 11, and here it is the also proof of the problem number 11. So after completion of problem number 11, then let us move towards to the problem number 12. Then proceeding towards to the number 12, and this is the first unit of number 12. So first of all, let us simplify the third column here, 1 BC, then this is AB plus AC, then it is, okay, you can also write down it as a CA. So it is 1 CA, then this is BC plus AB, then this is 1 AB, it is CA plus BC. Then replacing row 2 as row 2 plus row 3, we have 1 AB plus BC plus CA, then this is 1 AB plus BC plus CA, this is AB plus CA, this is BC plus AB, then this is 1, okay, it is AB plus BC plus CA, and this is CA plus BC. Okay, now taking AB plus BC plus CA as common from column 2, we have taking AB plus BC plus CA as common from the column 2, we have 1, 1, 1. Again it is 1, 1, 1, and the third column is unchanged form, AB plus CA, BC plus AB, then it is CA plus BC. Okay, now you can see that as the column 1 and column 2 are identical, so the value of the determinant is equal to 0 here. So just AB plus BC plus CA is multiplied with 0. It gives us the result as 0 because column 1 and column 2 are identical with each other, and this is the proof of the solution of the first bit of number 12. Then proceeding towards the second bit, we have to show that the value of the determinant of this is equal to multiplication of 5x plus 4 with 4 whole square of 4 minus x. So this is the proof. Considering the left hand side, first we have x plus 4, 2x, then it is 2x, x plus 4, 2x, x plus 4. Then replacing column 1 as column 1 minus column 2, and then column 2 as column 2 minus column 3, we have, it is 4 minus x, then this is x minus 4, this is 0, then again this is 0, it is 4 minus x, it is x minus 4, then this is 2x and x plus 4. Taking x minus, in the right hand side part you can see that this is in the form of 4 minus x. That means we have to take common 4 minus x term here. Taking 4 minus x as common from both column 1 and column 2, we have, so 4 minus x multiplied with 4 minus x, we have taken 4 minus x as common both from the column 1 and column 2. Then here we are getting 1 minus 1, 0. This is 0, 1 minus 1, 2x, x plus 4. Then just expanding this given determinant along the first row. 4 minus x, whole square of 4 minus x, then it is 1 multiplied with the determinant of 1, 2x minus 1, x plus 4, then minus 0, plus 2x multiplied with minus 1, 1, 0, minus 1. Then this is whole square of 4 minus x, this is x plus 4, minus, this is plus 2x. You can also write down x plus 4 plus 2x, then plus 2x multiplied with minus 1, this is plus 1 minus 0. Whole square of 4 minus x, solving, this is 3x plus 4 plus 2x. The last step is here, whole square of 4 minus x, this is 5x plus 4, which is the required right hand side part of the problem, and here it has been a proof of the problem. So then proceeding towards to the next problem of the number 12. So here is the third bit of number 12, and here we have to show that the value of the given determinant is equal to 0. So let us start from the left hand side part, considering this as the proof, and from the left hand side part. So first of all we have to put the formula of the cos alpha plus delta, cos beta plus delta, and cos gamma plus delta in the third column. Sin alpha, sin beta, sin gamma, then cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Then putting these values here, cos alpha, cos delta minus sin alpha, sin delta, then this is cos beta, cos delta minus sin beta, sin delta, then cos gamma, cos delta minus sin gamma, sin delta. Then we have to replace the column 3. Replacing column 3 as, replacing the column 3 as column 3 plus, here you can see that The second part of this third column are in the form of the multiplication of both of the sine functions. So, sine delta multiplied with C1, then minus cos delta. Okay, let us write down in one row. C3 is replaced by C3 plus sine delta multiplied with C1 minus cos delta multiplied with C2. So, replacing the third column by using the given condition, you will definitely find out sine alpha, sine beta, sine gamma. These are unchanged column. Similarly, cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. But in the column number 3, whenever we are replacing the column 3 as the sum of column 3 plus sine delta into C1, sine delta into C1, that means sine delta into sine alpha plus this, that means it will be cancelled. Minus cos delta into C2, that means cos delta into C2, that means suppose cos delta multiplied with cos alpha. And whenever we are subtracting from this, then it will be cancelled. So, all of the elements of column 3 will be equal to 0. Hence, the answer or solution of the given problem is equal to 0, which is the required right hand side part of this problem. So, this is the proof of third bit of number 12, then proceeding towards to the last bit of number 12. So, here it is the fourth bit of number 12. Again, we have to start from the left hand side. So, here it is the left hand side. The given problem is like this: determinant of 1x, x square, 1x, then x square 1. Then replacing row 1 as row 1 plus row 2 plus row 3. After putting this substitution here, we are getting 1 plus x square, again it is 1 plus x square, then again it is 1 plus x square. The remaining rows are here unchanged: x square 1, x square 1. Then taking 1 plus x square as common from row 1, we are getting 1 plus x square multiplied with the determinant of 1, 1, 1. Then this is x square 1x, and here it is x square 1. Then we have to put the substitution values of replacing column 1 as column 1 minus column 2, then column 2 as column 2 minus column 3. Then we are getting here 1 plus x square multiplied with the determinant of it is 1 minus 1 is 0. Then this is x square minus 1, and this is x minus x square. Then this is again 1 minus 1 is 0. This is 1 minus x, and it is x square minus 1. The remaining unchanged column, it is here 1x1. So it is 1 plus x square multiplied with 0, 0, 1. This is x plus 1 multiplied with x minus 1. Again taking x as a common, here it is 1 minus x, it is 0, 1 minus x. Taking x as a common, it is x minus 1, it is 1x1. Then taking 1 minus x as common from both, taking 1 minus x as common from both C1 and C2, we are getting here 1 plus x square, it is 1 minus x, it is again taking 1 minus x as common both from column 1 and column 2, we are getting 0, this is minus x, this is minus x minus 1, this is x, here it is 0, 1, and this is minus x. Okay, one plus x square, this is 0, putting here x plus 1 multiplied with x minus 1, Then taking x as common, here it is x multiplied with 1 minus x, this is 0, 1 minus x, this is x plus 1 multiplied with x minus 1, and this is 1 x 1. Taking 1 minus x as common from both c1 and c2, we have 1 plus x square. Then taking 1 minus x as common from both c1 and c2, you are getting 0 minus x minus 1, it is x, 0, 1 minus x minus 1, 1 x 1. Then we have to expand it along the first row. 1 plus x square whole square of 1 minus x multiplied with 0 minus 0 plus 1 multiplied with minus x minus 1, 1 x minus 1. So just simplifying this, we can have our answer here. This is 1 plus x square whole square of 1 minus x. Then this is whole square of x minus 1 minus x, 1 plus x square whole square of 1 minus x, this is x square minus 2x plus 1 minus x whole square of x plus 1, whole square of x plus 1 minus x, then this is x square plus 2x plus 1 minus x, then this is 1 plus x square whole square of 1 minus x, then this is x square plus x plus 1. So this is none other than the whole cube of 1 minus x. You can also solve it. Okay, let us solve it. How it becomes 1 whole cube of 1 minus x? 1 plus x, 1 minus x multiplied with 1 plus x square. Then another 1 minus x is here. It is multiplied with 1 plus x square. This is the value of 1 minus x cube. Again, this is the value of 1 minus x cube. So the resultant is whole square of 1 minus x cube, and this is the right hand side part, or the required right hand side part of the given problem. So here it has been proved. So the number 12 is already completed. Then proceeding towards to the number 13. So coming towards to the problem number 13, here it has been asked to find out or prove that the points x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 are collinear if determinant of x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, x3, y3, 1 is equal to 0. So from the geometry part, we know that the points A, B and C are collinear if the area of the triangle, having vertices as A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3 is equal to 0. That is the right hand side part. That is determinant of x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 1 is equal to 0, and this is the proof. Okay, you can also write down this is the proof of the number 13 or solution of the number 13. So in this current video session, we have solved from the problem number 10 up to the problem number 13. In the next video session, we will complete this exercise 5A. That means we will solve from the problem number 14 up to the last problem number 17. Till then, thank you.